Our travel plans usually consisted of an airplane ticket, and that was it. Everything else was off the cuff. Sometimes we were stuck in an overpriced hovel, yet at other times we would stumble across an enchanted spot, creating unforgettable moments. When Tristan was 1, we took a month to travel in the south of France. Because I work in the summer and Shannon would take 0 time off from teaching. We had to go when the children were small and she could be on maternity leave. I had arranged a private tour of the helicopter factory in Marseille. As I toured the plant, Shannon stayed in the car with Tristan, age 1, parked in the middle of an ocean-sized parking lot under the hot Mediterranean sun. As the tour finished, the guide invited me to lunch in the executive dining room. Oh, yeah, I'll do that. As you know, lunch in France is a long affair involving many courses and wine. 4 hours after I'd left her. Yeah, I ambled back to the car. It was only later, upon reflection, that I realized how those 4 hours in the parking lot must have been for Shannon, not knowing when I was going to return. And yet, she greeted me with one of her ever-present smiles and shared in my joy of the experience. This was Shannon. When she wasn't on holidays, Shannon was at work, and work she did. Shannon gave 100% of the time. I think part of the reason she was so positive in her positions and sure of the ground on which she stood was the fact that she held nothing back, and there was never any doubt as to whether there was more she could have done. This work ethic carried over to her job as a mother. Tristan and Mackenzie were everything to her. She created a loving environment where they came first, that was always filled with achievable expectations and backed by continual support. Her love expanded beyond to embrace Maeva, our French exchange student, and to her work with the exchange program. One of Shannon's favorite movies was Pay It Forward, a story where good deeds, instead of being repaid, are multiplied and paid to those who need them. If life were fair, she would be here, but life isn't fair. Shannon was fair. She showed us all how to be fair. She paid it forward. I knew Shannon for 20 years and 1 month. And during that time, she changed me. She transformed me from a generally socially inept, self-centered, clueless lout who could leave a wife and an infant in a parking lot for 4 hours while he drank wine, into someone who understands that life really is all about someone other than me. It's about compassion, empathy, and seeing the world through others' eyes. An artist creates value and beauty from common things. Shannon was an artist, molding and changing people through example, showing all of us here, how to be better people. We are her works of art. You make plans, and then it is today. She was such a solid and reliable part of our lives, a support that, like the air, you only realize how important it is when it's gone. She worked on me as an artist for 20 years. I will miss her. To me, she was magical. Thanks.
To laugh often and much, to win the respect of intelligent people and the affection of children, to earn the appreciation of honest critics and endure the betrayal of false friends, to appreciate beauty, to find the best in others, to leave the world a bit better, to know that one life has breathed easier because you live there. This is to have succeeded. It's hard to believe that Waldo Emerson didn't write this with Shannon in mind a century ago. In fact, I think he did. He must have. Shannon lived her life in a remarkable way every day, and she made many of us breathe easier just by being Shannon. And in the same spirit, Shannon has left us with a challenge, so that we too can leave the world a bit better, so that we too can see the kindness of the world through the eyes of Shannon. Difficult words in a difficult time, but Shannon lived them to the end. Stay positive, my friends. Stay positive. So this concludes the portion of this celebration today. And we're going to move over to the Caledonia High School gym where we can join each other in a reception. I'm going to say a special thanks to Chris Gare, who can be heard on the bagpipes as we walk over to the Caledonia gym. A reminder that on your way out, please drop those memory cards off in the basket. What I'm going to ask for now is that the basketball teams are going to lead us out, and they're going to lead the family out. So we're going to have the basketball teams, who I think are over here and here. Where's Louise? And they're going to proceed out here, followed by the family, and then we're going to ask everyone else to follow in behind. Again, thank you on behalf of the family. And we will see you at the gym.